Hello and welcome to today's Wellness Wednesday workshop. I'm Vicki Whipking and I'm your host today. And I am so glad that you joined me today because we are talking about one of perhaps the easiest and most difficult things to do is to let go of psychological and emotional baggage. I'm calling it a spiritual detox. And if you are someone who has experienced maybe guilt or grief or resentment or rejection, those are just a few of some of the things that might come up and get in the way of us really being our best selves. And I'm telling you, it's in theory so easy to just let go of some of this stuff and just be like, okay. But no, you really do. You have to experience it. You have to go through it, and it has to move on and move through you. But if you don't allow it to do that, whether it's grief or anxiety or rejection or any of the things that you may be experiencing, and it's usually more than one, if you're not allowing it to inform you and allowing it to move through you and allowing the experience to be a lesson and then let it go, you're going to be stuck. And when there's stuck energy, whether it's psychological energy or physical energy, you're not able to take it up a level. You're not able to move on. You're not able to reach those goals. So I'm going to show you just a few simple ways that you can actually do that. And I do this with my high performance coaching clients all the time. We are constantly working on letting go of the past, letting go of the future, and coming right back here to the present moment. So speaking of, I'm going to ask you to just be here now. That means that all the busyness needs to stop. You know, we are so busy all day long. It's like a badge of honor or something. And really, it's just showing us how many things we can do badly at once. So for right now, while we're together in this workshop, just put down everything. Put your phone on silent, close the door or go someplace quiet, and just really focus on yourself. That is the most important thing you can give to yourself for your health and wellness, no matter what you're doing, is to focus on the task at hand and do one thing at a time and do it slowly and thoroughly. I'm sure you're all laughing at me now. You're like, yeah, that's nice in a fantasy world. No, really, really, in this world, you deserve it, and your work deserves it, and your family deserves it. Just slow down and be here now. I'm giving you permission. And I want you to stay with me because so much of this is just the starting off point. You know, so many people want to get from, step 1 to step 10 instantly. And I can't quite do that for you, but I can give you some really great tools to use now. And I can offer you some really amazing ways to continue working. So I want you to stay tuned because what I have devised for you is actually something that I devised for myself first up after doing, maybe 10 plus years of studying and training in the health and wellness alternative therapies industries, nutrition, energy healing, psychological patterning, flower essences, homeopathics, essential oils, Reiki, all of it. I've kind of consumed and been, experienced in as much of that as possible. And I started seeing with my clients, it'd be great. They'd come in and I'd give them an action plan. We'd talk about what's going on with them energetically or physically or spiritually, all three. And I'd send them home with homework and maybe they'd do it. And then they'd come back in again and this is perfect for the topic today, they'd come back in again and they'd have a whole new set of stories to complain about or to reinforce how somebody wronged them or how they're feeling badly. And yes, it's all, very, very real when you're going through it. But I realized, I was just like, you can't just keep coming back in here every week or every month or however often you want to come in and never make any progress. And I really realized that I needed to create a container for my clients so that they could have the advice that I needed to give them in a convenient, easy format, and it would help them on all of the levels of their life so that they could get themselves to a place where they weren't repeating their mistakes all the time. It's worked for me. It's worked for hundreds of my clients, and I would love to tell you all about it. This is me and my hubby in a couple of the photos and some other friends in that rafting photo. And, I just really love being ready for the next thing, the next adventure. And that really means that I need to stay on top of it. I need to stay in shape. I need to stay positive. I need to stay strong. I need to stay organized so that I actually have free time. I need to stay connected with my partner so that we have fun together. I need to plan and I need to organize. All of those things. I want to be ready for the next rafting trip. I want to be ready for the spontaneous ski day with my girlfriends. I want to be ready for going on a horseback ride again someday, hopefully. And so these are practices that I use all the time. So I'm ready for my life, and I will share with them with you in just a moment. So if you have any insights or ahas today and you want to throw out a hashtag, Mind Body Blueprint, on whatever your favorite social is. I'm really just on those three, and I just focus on those. Ooh, I could probably put it on Pinterest too, but that's a little less social and a little more private, right? I love that one too. So please feel free, reach out. I'm here for you. If you have questions or if you want to, share something about your experience, absolutely. We'd love to hear it. And chances are, if you have a question or if you've gone through something, someone else has to guarantee it. And we all need to learn from each other. So let's speak up and support each other. Okay, so spiritual detox, letting go and moving on. The first thing that we need to do is just really think about whether or not you need a spiritual detox. Now, if I had to guess, just like drinking water, I'd say, yes, you need to do better. And you need these practices. So everybody needs a little bit more water. Everybody needs a little bit more sleep. Everybody needs a little bit more exercise. And if you're experiencing any of these things, you need a spiritual detox. So no concentration, you're scattered, you're doing 100 things at a time and everything feels crazy and you're not really getting any of that deep work or satisfaction out of what you're doing. If you're lethargic or apathetic, you really just don't care about stuff and you're just like, whatever, who cares? What's the deal? That might mean that there's a little bit too much weighing you down and not inspired or not motivated because of some of the thoughts that are going through your head. We'll talk more about this in a moment. If you're going through major negativity, like everything sucks, or it's always somebody else's fault, or you're completely, overwhelmed with too many things to do or too much pressure, that can be handled easily. If you're doing a lot of binge watching or mindless scrolling, now a little check in here and there or a little check out here and there, that's fine. But if you're avoiding important things in your life because you're binging or something like that, then that means that you're not willing to face what's going on. There's something holding you back. If you're experiencing a lot of anxiety about the future or worry about the future, or maybe even guilt about the past, if you're holding grudges, absolutely, it's time to clear the decks. It's just like doing dishes. There's only so long you can go before you're like, I need to do the entire kitchen now because it's gotten so bad. So the less you process this stuff, the worse it kind of gets. It festers. If you're experiencing a lack of joy, if every day is just like, or if you're just struggling to get through or just surviving kind of in autopilot mode and nothing is really feeling worthwhile to you or special, absolutely you need a little oomph in your life, right? If you're experiencing physical symptoms like headaches, body aches, maybe, again, coming back to the lethargic or the depression or lack of energy. Also, if you're having mood swings, you're up, you're down, you don't know what's happening next. You have a blow up every so often or every day or at the same people or nothing ever, as soon as you walk into work, everything goes to shit. You probably need a spiritual detox where you are, again, clearing those decks, those cobwebs out of your inner mind and inner spirit. It's really important to address this because if you don't, it'll just run amok. Your mind will just go and go and go and make up all kinds of stuff that's even 10 times worse than the real situation. And then you worry about that, and then you have to escape that, and then you have to blame somebody, and then everything feels awful. Are you with me? Sound like you? I think it sounds like the whole world right about now. How can we learn from this and also let it go? So, a little bit of mental and emotional cleansing. Now, what I mean by that isn't really to tell yourself to get over it or to forget about it or to just, tell yourself that you're crazy. You really need to give yourself a break so you can clear some of this. So less social media and less news and less all of that busyness on the phone kind of stuff. I want you to start reading something inspirational rather than all that negative stuff that you can find online. There's tons of that. Maybe you find an inspirational, podcast or articles or something like that and save them. Maybe you get an old-fashioned book and read something inspirational. Make some art or do crafts. And this is something that's like without a goal, without all the busyness. Just dabble. Just have it be a relaxing kind of hobby, a release. Something to get your mind off things and kind of keep you a little bit interested in something other than work or chores or other people that you have to take care of. I want you to take a walk in nature as often as possible, and that doesn't mean you have to go out into the wilderness. A park is fine. Appreciate the trees that are lining the streets. Whatever it is, just get outside, breathe the fresh air, get the sun on your skin, and whether it's warm or cold out, just get outside for just a little while. It's very grounding and very clearing, and very much an energy and emotional boost. I want you to laugh as much as possible. Now, maybe that does mean that you watch something funny, or maybe you just look up a kitty video, or maybe you read something that is funny, or maybe you go out for coffee with a fun friend or something. Laughter. Amp it up. Get it positive, even if you have to kind of fake it a little bit. Laughter is really, my husband and I were watching, some stand-up comedian. I know who, he's actually really great. And he was so good. And his jokes were so funny. And, you just laugh so hard. It was like Sunday morning. We were enjoying our breakfast and coffee and just laughing and laughing. And it was really, it gave me something. And instead of that mindless binging and all that, find something really good and then enjoy it and let it wash over you. Stop the continuous replay in your mind. This is when you go over and over and over the facts of some situation where you felt wronged, rejected, felt bad about something, whatever it is that you keep going over and over and you tell everybody about it. Stop it. Stop it. I definitely can tell certain clients who come in for coaching sessions, and if they're not ready to give up their stories and stop this replay, they will not move forward. It's impossible to move forward if you have this continuous loop of negativity and who did this to you and who did what and why it's bad and why I can't and how come I never and I'm always this. You got to stop it. Now, I have lots of tools that, one in particular that I use with my clients, and I would be happy to share that with you. All you got to do is just send me a quick message, and I will give you a link that is free, that you can go to this masterful website and have tons of resources at your fingertips for free that will help you with this, to stop the replay in your mind, that negative loop. I always know it when, I might not see a client for several weeks and they come into my office and they can tell you absolutely every little story. They've got it all filed away in their head. I mean, this one person, God bless their soul, they had a file cabinet in their head of every story of everyone who ever wronged them. And they'd whip one out and whip another one out and whip one out. You only can have that, behavior if you've ingrained it, if you've repeated it, if you told the story 100 times, then you're going to remember something from 1995. But you know what? Why? Why do you want to carry all that around with you all the time? And again, it's going to stop you from becoming anything else. You got to get out of other people's heads. Now, what do I mean by that? Trying to figure out what other people are thinking. Trying to figure out what other people are doing, trying to think about what other people might do or might say, trying to figure out what other people are thinking about you, trying to figure out what you can do about the other person and what they might do. Are you with me? Do you see where that's going? That's all futile. You can never figure someone else out, and it's not your job to. And your job isn't to manipulate them or figure them out so that you can, head them off at the pass. Your job is to figure out you. Get in your head. And if you noticed on the page before the symptoms that you needed a detox, the binge watching or other kinds of scrolling and things, you're trying to get out of your head. If you're needing to constantly be stimulated or distracted, and that means you're not aware of your pattern or your dysfunction or your story that you're telling yourself and making it into a little bit more than what it is. You gotta get out of other people's heads and be more interested in your reaction and what you're doing. And then also, finally, you need to forgive and forget. Now, I know this is tough for some people because you got that list of what they did to you, and why it's bad, and why they were wrong. But really, it doesn't change the fact that they did or didn't do something with you or for you or to you. That's always going to be there. You're probably not going to forget about it, especially if you keep telling the story. But to forgive means that you allow yourself to not be in pain about it anymore. Allow yourself to stop beating yourself up about it. Allow yourself to forgive yourself of your participation in it, even though you may feel the other person was the wrong doer, Forgiving doesn't mean that the other person's right, or that what they did was okay, or that you agree with them, or that you're going to let them go or slack it, or let them do it again. It just means you're done with this situation. Bye, yesterday's trash. See ya. Again, it's about you, not them. They may have done something terrible, but if you hang on to that forever, you're hurting yourself far worse than what they probably did to you, and you're wasting your time and your energy and your breath telling the story over and over. Just forget about it. It happened, I dealt with it, I confronted that person, or I moved away from that person, or I told that person to fuck off, and that's that. They apologized, I didn't need an apology, whatever. Create space in your mind, in your heart, and in your energy field and your spirit. Create space. And you will never, ever know what could come into that space, what you would allow in, what would materialize for you if you got off the negative storytelling or the negative loop in your head or the thing that holds you back. Forgive, forget, clear it out, make space, breathe it in, receive something better eventually. Be okay with having some emotional space, mental space where you're not on a roller coaster, where you're not crazy busy with 25 things, where you're not handling everybody else's stuff and letting, some of your things fall off, and then you have to worry about them because you didn't deal with them. I could go on and on and on. I hope you get some of the gist of what I'm saying here. Okay, so that's mental and emotional. Spiritual cleansing. This is taking it a step further, but it's actually really easy. So first up, like I said before, you got to slow down and be present. You're going to miss your whole life if you are not right here in the here and now. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't go by clock time and make appointments or plan for the future or look ahead when you need to. But when you're doing a certain task or when you're with a certain someone, be there fully. Experience it. Love it. Take it all in. Show up for it without any preconceived ideas about how it's going to go and how they're going to act and what it's going to mean. Just be there. Be generous and helpful whenever you can. That doesn't mean getting busy in somebody else's stuff and avoiding your own. But it does mean to be of service to others, even if it's just opening a door for someone or smiling or a compliment. Keep a gratitude or some kind of emotional journal where you write down your thoughts and feelings. No judgment, no purpose. Maybe you might reread them. Maybe you rip it up and tear it up and forget about it. But get it out of your mind and onto paper and let it go. Gratitude, the more things you find to be grateful for in every moment of every day. Now, you might do this as a list at the end of the day or something, but really, as you're going through your day-to-day, find the amazement in life. Find the abundance in life. Find the beauty and the love in life. It's all there for you. And you don't just have to be grateful for material things. And you don't just have to be grateful for non-material things. Just be grateful for what is right now and grateful for what you're attracting. And the more you're grateful for, the more that you will receive to be grateful for. I hope that makes sense. Practice meditation and breathing exercises. That's how you get into the here and now. You can only breathe right now. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. If you need some inspiration on meditation and breathing, follow me on Pinterest. I've got tons of ideas wrapped up in my holistic lifestyle board, and I have a whole section on meditation and breathing. It is free, and you never lose it at home. And if you can put in little spurts of meditation throughout your day, 2 minutes here and 2 minutes there, it doesn't have to be amazing. It doesn't have to be serious. It just needs to be mindful and present and breathe and then move on to the next thing. The more you can do that, the easier it will be to handle things that come up, and they won't turn into a problem for you to talk about later, right? You just handle it. It comes up and you just handle it. Because you've practiced being present, and you've practiced focusing, and you've practiced letting go of things. Have a sacred practice or prayer time. So prayer is talking to the universe. Meditation is listening to the universe. They both, in my mind, go hand in hand. But you don't have to be religious or even really spiritual about anything. You just have to know that you're connecting with yourself and that it's special. And that you can state your intentions and ask for help from the universe or something more specific. And you're worthy of that. And it's important. And it makes things special. And it gives it an oomph. It gives your life an extra little boost that you never knew until you start doing it. The gratitude, the meditation, the prayer, it all will build up on itself. And pretty soon you will be feeling very effortless in your life, as if it's all just unfolding for you, and you just have to show up and go, oh yes, oh no thank you, and it's wonderful. Trust me. Use self-process exercises and vibrational tools. So self-process exercises, again, if you want to know my number one self-process exercise that is free, and I'll send you a link, just message me. Just say, hey Vicky, what were you talking about? The thing that'll help me with my self-process, the thing that'll help me with all the negative stuff that's going through my head, please reach out and I will definitely send you the free info. There's tons of self-process exercises out there. Whichever one you resonate towards, great. But I've tried a lot of them, and I've been in a lot of different trainings where we did self-process exercises, and there's one that I continuously go back to over and over and over for myself and for my clients, and it's brilliant, and it's free. Okay. Vibrational tools. What is a vibrational tool? Well, maybe it's music. I hope you were thinking music. If not, that helps too. No, just seriously. Music, bells, singing bowls, crystals, prisms in the window, rainbow makers, essential oils. What else is a vibrational tool? Mantras, uplifting and inspiring images. You see where I'm going with this? Salt lamps, incense, aromatherapy. All of these things are vibrational tools. And the more you layer vibrational tools together and amp them up and connect them for certain purposes, like sometimes I will do a mantra and have a crystal and an image, and they all have a theme. Whatever, you don't have to do it that way. You don't have to do a lot. You can just, state a mantra 3 times and go about your day. But the more you do it, the more you tap into that higher vibe, and the more you raise your energy level. I'm talking on an energetic kind of energy level, like a spiritual kind of energy level, the better. And all of these things, if you combine all of these things I'm talking about here, it will amp you up, so that you're actually vibing higher than those negative thoughts that are really low and icky and pull you down. Are you with me? Let go of unrealistic attachments and expectations. Unrealistic attachments about what somebody should do for you, or how somebody should treat you, or how a situation might work out. Expectations about how it's going to go, or what you're going to get back, or this, that, and the other. A lot of times we are very, very unrealistic and unclear about what is possible and what we actually want. And we put a whole lot of mental attachment and expectation on situations that, one, it's not in our business to do that. We're just kind of, getting into somebody else's head. And 2, we're probably not being clear about what our needs are. You kind of see what I'm talking about there? And we put ourselves in a position where we're disappointed, or where we think someone wronged us, or where we think we get gypped. But really, we're participating in that. It may be a little bit unconscious, but these things like gratitude or self-reflection, self-process will help you to see that. And then tap into abundance daily. Now, gratitude practice is a part of that. But honestly, it's acknowledging the fact that we live in a universe that is almost infinite. Now, there are limits to certain things and laws and things in our universe, but essentially, there's an infinite amount of potential for energy to be changed into different forms. Now, I know that's a pretty big concept there, But if you think about a tree, an apple tree, and the apple tree has seeds in the apple, like 6 or 7 seeds per apple. And there's like 200 apples on one tree. And each apple has like 6 or 7 seeds in it. So there's like 1,400 seeds on a tree. And each one of those seeds can produce another tree. And can produce another 1,400 apples times 1,400 other ones. Oh, excuse me, $13.99. Other ones from that same tree. One tree. It would be all it would take. The universe is abundant. Acknowledge it. See it. For all the snowflakes that are out there, or every leaf on a tree, or the waves that continuously wash up on the beach, the sand on a beach, the stars in the sky, the clouds that roll by. Everywhere you can see abundance. And it's not just about money or material goods, but that is part of it. And when you tap into the true abundance of the world that you live in, you're also eventually going to be tapping into money. And now that's a whole separate topic, but I hope you kind of saw where I was going with that. All right. How do we feel about that? I know that sounds like a lot, but in my about 12 years now of coaching with high performance clients one-on-one, where I sit you down and I say, how's it going? What are you doing? What should we work on? These are some of the very, very, very core principles and practices that we start with when we do high performance coaching. I don't care if you're trying to lose weight, or if you're trying to fix your relationship, or if you're trying to do better at work, or all three. It really does start here. Because you exist as spirit before you exist as matter, as physical body. So if you can clear the underlying spiritual toxicity, then your physical body will also follow suit, and then your environment, and then it just snowballs into every aspect of your life. So I really, really hope that you take a few minutes each day to just settle into this approach to life. And it's really, it's kind of monastic in its own way, but there's such a freedom, I would think, in being part of a monastery, because everything is plotted out for you, and you just have to wait for the next bell to tell you what to do. You don't have to really, you're truly living in the present moment, because you don't worry about the future until the bell rings and you move to the next thing. And it's not really a worry. It's just moving to the next thing. It sounds wonderful to me. I don't know. Now, I'm really happy that you showed up today, but I know it wasn't just about, matters of the spirit only. I'm pretty sure that you're trying to improve yourself in some way, shape, or form. You're trying to become some better version of yourself, live your best life, all that good stuff. And I really want that for you. I want you to find it worthwhile and easy to have that lifestyle and to live that life and to treat your body, mind, and spirit like it's important. I mean, it's now or never. Are you going to figure out a plan and work it? Or are you going to keep going, well, I should? Because life is going to keep moving forward. And you're never, ever really going to be the best version of yourself until you commit and you say, you know what? That starts now. I'm doing this now. I'm worth it. I can no longer continue to do what I'm doing. because it's not working. And I will not allow myself to treat myself this way. Absolutely. And the way I see it, you have two options. So the first one would be go to 10 years of trainings and work with clients one-on-one and do a ton of research, case studies, and distill it all down into the basic core principles that you need to be doing on a daily basis to be healthy and fit. That might take a little time, might take a lot of money, might take a lot of time and a lot of money. Or you could do it the easy way, because I've already done all that for you. I've already done years and years of training. I've already done over 12 years of working one-on-one with clients. I've already done hundreds of case studies where I see over and over again what's holding people back. And I took all of my best advice that I would give myself. I took everything and I put it into a solid container that leads you step by step into a new lifestyle. It's worked for me. It's worked for everyone I've put through this process. And I am going to be there to really help you move through this program that I'm going to share with you so that you get everything, every ounce of it squeezed out and squeezed into your new lifestyle fast and easy and so it feeling so natural. I really want you to think of it as a blueprint for your body, mind, and spirit. Like the instruction manual that came with your bod a long time ago and got lost. Well, here it is. It's called the Mind Body Blueprint online course. And I've created this online experience so that you have all of the information that you need right at your fingertips. It's 6 modules, and each module deals with a different arena of your life. So thinking like a boss, mindset, love your body, workouts, grab and go, nutrition, effortless motivation, that's scheduling and productivity, effortless energy, that's self-care and sleep, stress management, and then the think big picture success system, that is goal setting and gratitude. And when you can move through these little modules and take all of the information and do the homework, oh my goodness. It's gentle. I'm not telling you to go out there and do something that's super extreme that you're going to injure yourself or burn out on. It's actually working with where you are, and it can encompass any other health and fitness program that you may already have or may already have tried. Maybe you want to give it another shot, but you think, well, it didn't work last time. But if you had some of these foundational practices in, you could actually find success with something like Weight Watchers or a HIIT workout or something else like that. I give you lots of little tools like meditation and breathing exercise. We talk about body types so that you know what kind of exercise your body type needs. We talk about different nutritional models so that you know exactly how to structure your plate depending on your body type. We talk about emotional things that hold us back from taking care of ourselves. We talk about how to structure the perfect ideal day and do the work, play, and rest thing beautifully. We talk about how to get the best sleep of your life and let go of the things that are stressing you out so that you can show up with more energy and show up with more vitality. And I really help you to tie it all together with a gratitude practice and a goal-setting technique that is going to help you skyrocket. So all 6 modules are in the online course. I also send you bonus materials. It's all with a user-friendly, you just fill out a little form to send in your homework or ask me questions. You get responses from me 100%. I don't have a staff or anything like that. It's just little old me here serving y'all one-on-one. Totally confidential. members only private Facebook group where you can interact and find other information. I'm always sharing lots of other things that go in conjunction with Mind Body Blueprint. And of course, once you're in, lifetime access, because I really don't think it only takes one time through or 6 weeks or whatever you want to say it should take. It takes you as long as it takes you. And the more you can review the material and work in different aspects and try it again, the better. So I'm here for you. If you want to go through it 20 times and send in your homework 20 times to me, awesome. I love it. I love working with clients one-on-one. I love seeing your progress. I love blowing your mind with different ideas and showing you where you actually are holding yourself back in your mindset. I want you to want to exercise. I want you to think that creating healthy meal plans is easy and effortless and fun. I want you to always be ready to give yourself the best nourishment and the best exercise and really learn to love what you're doing with yourself as far as lifestyle or health and fitness. I want you to figure out how to get all of this into your routine. I want you to know how to tweak your daily routines, your morning, afternoon, and evening, so that it's actually benefiting you and you're not just burning the candle at both ends and feeling run down. I want you to feel like you've got the different areas of your life handled. I don't want to really say balanced, but like handled, like you feel confident, like you've got this, like you're doing your best and you're shuffling back and forth from one to the other, but you're not running yourself ragged. I want you to definitely find yourself wanting to do things that you've never wanted to do before, like drink a green smoothie or walk 5 miles or whatever you're inspired to do. I want you to appreciate your life. I want you to love the life that you've created and to continue to improve it. You can have huge transformation through some very, very easy to do practical tips. I also send you bonus modules for each one. And every week, I take it up a notch and do a whole theme for all 6 modules. So for the last 6 modules with my Mind Body Blueprint group, we've been doing detox. So we would take module 6, just like it talks about, and we talked about the spiritual detox in conjunction with all of the material that I give them for module 6. I hope that makes sense. And I do them every Monday night, a live workshop just for my Mind Body Blueprint members. So in my basic membership, you get everything I talked about, the weekly live Q&A webinars, the Facebook group, homework feedback, 100% access to the online course. It's all yours in the basic membership. It's such an easy way to get started and to really make the strides of like having 10 to 20 sessions with me in an online course for reals. Like you just kind of shortcut yourself to success. If you feel like you want a little bit more, and you really want me to get in there and tell you, actually, this is what you're doing to derail yourself. Here's where your self-sabotage comes in. Here's where we need to tweak your daily routine so that you're getting the most out of your day. Here's where you're falling short. Here's where you are, not requiring yourself to show up. Here, it's absolutely wonderful when you can work with someone in a coaching manner so that you show up and they demand the best from you and you know that you want to perform and get it done. And I will take you by the hand and say, all right, here's your homework. Here's where you need to take it up a notch. Here's some extra resources so that you can do this. I'm doing this today with one of my high performance members who's also in the Mind Body Blueprint. She wants to take her business to the next level. And I was like, all right, this is going to be your homework. This is where we're going to take it up a notch. So we're jumping off of the Mind Body Blueprint productivity, but I'm going to help her to take that and apply it to her business. That is some serious power. You're probably thinking, I don't know, I really want the transformation. I really want to try something new with my health and wellness routines, but I don't know if I can afford all that. That sounds like a lot. And I'll tell you what, it is a lot. I'm going to give you everything because once you start working with me, I go above and beyond to make sure that I'm giving you the best of me. I don't care, you know, what I have to do to make sure that you get the information that you need, you get the transformation that you're ready for. So what I would normally offer for the Mind Body Blueprint and the coaching sessions would come up to $679 if you bought them individually. And honestly, I'm looking at that and I'm like, yeah, that's like, a mini vacation. That's not a ton of money for a complete transformation in 6 areas of your life. That's pretty stellar if you ask me. But I'm offering it for the basic membership. Now that's just the online course. You get lifetime access, the weekly live coaching calls, 3 payments of $116.33. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, it's hardly even like anything to even think about. That's such a no-brainer. Get you right into the course online. I set the whole thing up for you, and it's like 1 payment and boom, you're like in the course, ready to work on module 1. It's pretty amazing. And I'm starting on March 2nd with my discussions on module 1. Again, we're going to start fresh. So module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'll do them every Monday for those 6 weeks. And you can get in and start fresh on March 2nd. Module 1, you'd have a couple of weeks to get the quick start guide happening and to jump in and get your feet wet with the course, and you would be off and running. Seriously. So there's that one. I also want to give you the online course plus 3 private sessions. I can't believe I'm offering it for this low of a price. I just must not have done the math right or something. $469, that's 3 payments of $156.33. Normally, the online course plus 3 private coaching sessions with me would end up being somewhere around $679. So you're saving like $210. What am I thinking? But you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that I want to come to work every day knowing that I've got a nice little group of really enthusiastic, hardworking women who want to take their business to the next level, who want to take their lifestyles to the next level, who want to take their relationships to the next level. It will all be affected when you start working on these different aspects that come up in the modules. And I was just saying it to one of my high performance coaches clients yesterday. I was like, I'm so excited when somebody really wants homework. She's asking me for more homework and to take it up a level, and let's do this and let's meet again. I love showing up with women who want to work like that. So honestly, an extra $120 and you get 3 private sessions with me. Those are 60-minute sessions by phone. And I'm going to tell you exactly what. I'm going to be like, here's your big problem. Here's some resources. Here's what I suggest you do for the next 2 weeks. And then we get on the phone again and get on the phone again. And I walk you right through that online course, telling you exactly what you need to know. So you're not kind of, just left to your own devices or only half-assing it or not getting it. I really want you to have success. So there's the basic and the private. Honestly, if you don't do the private, I don't know what's up, because $156, 3 payments of $156.33. To me, that's like a no-brainer. And I really hope that you get 3 times the value of that payment right there. Of course, I'm going to give you 100% money back guarantee if you finish module 1 within 7 days and turn in your homework. And if you don't like it or you think I suck or whatever, it's not for you, no problem. 100% refund. If after 7 days and you're like, this just isn't working, I don't want you to be unsatisfied. I promise that I will show up and help you find as much success as possible. But again, you gotta want it. You can't just pay the money and be like, well, I hope this is going to fix everything. You gotta show up and do the work. I really want you to get started today. Like I said, in 2 weeks, we're going to be starting over with Module 1. So if you start now, you can actually get the quick start guide that I send you immediately. You can get started with the online course so that you have you got your feet wet, you got an overview, you can, look at Module 1 and be ready. And then jump on those weekly live group coaching calls with me, or set up your one-on-one coaching with me in addition to all of that, and really be running. And where would you be by the time, summer rolled around if you started working on this now? You would be looking and feeling stellar. Okay, so I'm going to put the link to this course, to this offer, underneath this video. So all you need to do is just look below, and I'll put the link down there. Click the link, grab the offer. Let's get started. I want you to find your best self underneath all of that spiritual gunk that's holding you back. And spiritual gunk is just one part of it. We go through all of it. Mindset, exercise, nutrition, productivity, scheduling, stress and sleep, gratitude and goals. We do all of it. Do not wait any longer, because I don't know how long I'm going to allow my prices here to be this low. Not much longer. Not much longer. I bet you by March 2nd, they will go up. So please join me. I would love that. If you have questions, reach out to me, info@vickywhipking.com. I am here for you no matter what your question is. And let me know what I can do for you, because I am happy to help. And I love showing up for women who want to totally take their game to the next level. Mind, body, spirit, work, rest, and play. I'm all about it. Until next time, when I talk about mindset and how we can stop those thoughts that are holding us back in greater detail, I want you to be really well, take great care of yourself, and have a fantastic Valentine's Day. Love up yourself and somebody else. All right. Bye-bye.